Hey everyone, this is Leif Johnson with Macworld, and today we're going to look at the Logitech Crayon. This is the originally $50 stylus that Logitech introduced just for students. You can only get it through Apple's education program and stuff, but now, as of September, it is available to the general public. The thing is, it is now $70, and put that in comparison to the Apple Pencil, which goes for $99, $100 and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do and see if this is worth picking up for you as opposed to an Apple Pencil. We'll compare them and we'll see them in action. This is an important thing. It only works with the 2018 9.7-inch iPad. Only works with it, and that was, that was the original idea. This is the iPad that Apple was pushing towards students, and unfortunately, you can't use this with an iPad Pro. You can't use it with the one previous. This is the only iPad you can use it for. But on the bright side, it's really easy to pair it because it works with this one iPad. So yes, so right now you're looking at we're going to be looking at notes right here. As you can see. Oh, there it is. It's already working. So that was interesting. What I was going to show you generally, because it was unpaired, but I don't know if I was messing around with it. All you have to do is hit the power button, hold it down for a couple of seconds. You can see that the green light is on, and then you can just start writing on it. And looks like I just messed that up. So let's try it again. It's probably because I reset it. There we go. Yeah, very simple. You just hit it, and that's all you need to do. So that gives you an idea. So what we're looking at here, this one, is 6.5 inches, whereas opposed to the Apple Pencil, which is about 7 inches. And
so it's a little longer. It also looks like it might be a little wider.
Yeah, it is. And I was getting to that. This is but this, it is a very different feel. The way I describe it in our text review, it's like a carpenter pencil, or it's like a highlighter. And as you can see, so it's really flat like this, which is the reason why it is shaped like this is, look at that. It doesn't really roll off, whereas this one, there is a danger of rolling it off and losing it. So that's the reason why a carpenter pencil is shaped this way as well, is that, there's not that much danger of it rolling off of the table. So that's really cool, and it's got these really shockingly orange ends and stuff. So, if your kid drops it or you drop it, it's going to be really easy to find on the floor because it's got these ridiculously sharp ends. Here's another one of the big differences between the Apple Pencil and the Logitech Crayon. This has always been considered one of the things is you have, that thing comes off, there's nowhere to put it and stuff, but it's magnetic. Admittedly, it's really hard to, it doesn't come off that well and stuff. But this one, the cap stays on, it's rubber, it's right below, above the power one. And by the way, you can actually tell, if it's connected or something, or if it's charging, if you plug it in, because this green light will light up. But yeah, that's all it is here. So you probably notice right here too, there is a female end here. So that means that all you have to do if you want to, charge this thing, you just plug it in right there, plug that into it. That's it. And, that's more what people are doing.
That makes a lot more sense.
I guess, if your iPad is already charged, technically, if you have this, you don't need to walk around with another charging cord. But, it's always nice to have something to charge it. I think the idea Apple was going for, even though people say this looks awkward, I might actually reset it in a second here. But yeah, that's the way you have to charge.
Which is weird if you want to use it while it's charging.
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
I don't, this is not as obnoxious as it is, as most people make it out to be. Generally, it doesn't take that long to charge the Apple Pencil. It's just like people complain about the design of the Magic Mouse where you got to put that lightning cable in there. Yeah, but the Magic Mouse can go for like 3 weeks without needing to be charged. And I use mine pretty frequently. So it's not like you're going to be doing that often. And, but here's the thing here, where you see the pairing. If you attach the Apple Pencil to the iPad, weirdly enough, you cannot attach the Logitech Crayon. It's either or. So it's not like, parent, I'm going to keep the Apple Pencil for myself and I'm going to give this to my kid. It's going to have to be either or. You're going to have to do this every time. And see, I didn't choose to pair it right now, but yeah, that is one nice thing. It is really easy to not, pair. It is technically easier to pair this than it is with that. But so yeah, let's talk about the writing. So the big difference with the Yeah, okay, so the big difference with the Crayon over this is the Crayon does not support pressure sensitivity. You can do some really beautiful things with an Apple Pencil with this, but generally when you write on here, oops, you know, there's no variation in it. And I'm using Notes right now. This is Apple's native app. So do that. You know, there's very little lag. Look at that. It writes basically the way you want to. But it also, you know, even though there's no pressure sensitivity, it does support diagonals. So see, you can do the shading. So that's really cool. Whereas, you know, an Apple Pencil does that too. But, you know, the idea behind the Apple Pencil, if you hold this down, you know, you'll see a darker line. So let's do Notability, where you would see that more commonly. And I'm going to erase it right now. But yeah, so see, there's no, you know, I'm holding it down right now. You're not seeing any, you know, variations in it. So that's that problem. And so let's see. So let's do 2 lines here. So I will write, "Welcome to Macworld." And that's me writing with the Logitech Crayon. And so let's go ahead and pair the, let's go ahead and pair the Apple Pencil, and this should be relatively quick. So I'll do that, and it should show up and say, do you want to pair? Yes, pair. So when we do that, the Logitech Crayon is no longer paired. So yes, watch this. I'm going to press down on here. So yes, you can see with the Apple Pencil that, you know, yeah, so yeah, there's me doing it, and now I'm going big. See, yes, I was pressing lightly, and then I was pressing hard. With the Logitech Crayon, however, you cannot do that. So let me, so remember, I have to unpair. I'm going to show this to you so you can see the awkwardness of it. So go to Bluetooth, just forget this is a device, and then we will hop back in here, and hopefully this thing will pair relatively easily. So there we go, let's try that. And did not happen. Let's try it again. But I did unpair the, let's see. There we go. So see, it's relatively simple. I just held down the power button for about 1 to 2 seconds. That's all you need to do. So here's me. As you can see, there's no variation in the line as there was here. And so, you know, if you're doing this for artwork or something like that, you know, the Logitech Pencil isn't going to be really great for that. It's always pretty much going to lay down the same line every time. You can do that shading, but that's about it. Whereas, you know, if you were going to use Procreate, which is the real artist tool, yes. So this is kind of like a workman's tool. It's for writing notes. It's for highlighting, which is kind of why it writes for highlighting. And you know, it's
they call it a crayon, right?
Right. You know, a crayon is the French word for pencil, and you know, there's an association with school children and stuff. But you know, it's more rough and tumble. You know, in American English, that's what we associate crayon with. Is, you know, kids can do with it. You can be kind of rough with it and stuff. It's you know, it's not, you know. It's not elegant.
A finesse tool.
It's not a finesse tool. It's not really an artist tool and stuff. You know, this is something, you know, that you can go take out into the field. If you're not doing it for your kids, you know, if for some reason you're using your, you know, a stylus in a rougher site and you take it, you know, like even if like your UPS or something like that.
Okay, so what else would people want to know about?
Well, that would what I say is mainly it. It's for like writing, it's for highlighting and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, though, you have to keep in mind this is $70. This is $100. I mean, I'm not rich, but I don't think $30 is that much of a big price. Now, if you were getting for a kid, what this was originally done for, you know, in an educational program, this is still $50. This is still $100. That's a significant difference. But if you're talking about for the public, you know, I don't know, you know. And the other thing is that this flat face right here for writing, it's not uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable at all. However, I don't think it's that uncomfortable. I think it's that comfortable for long writing periods. Like I said in the text review, there's a reason why you don't see premium pencil makers like Palomino, you know, design carpenter pencils like this. Basically, it's not that comfortable to write with for a long time. This feels really nice when you do it. And so, you know, if you're wanting, you know, something that can be a lot of expression and stuff like that, I would go for the Apple Pencil. But yes, and also, you know, this is, again, no, this is really toughly made. You know, your kids are not going to be able to easily take apart this and do that. So you actually have to have a special tool to undo this, where you can replace a nib on a pencil relatively easily. So yeah, if you want to see this stuff in more detail, be sure to see our text review. But for now, that is the Logitech Crayon.